How was it coming from more horror-oriented movies to more like sci-fi for this?
It's great. I mean, I've written a lot of stuff in a lot of different genres, and it doesn't feel that different. I mean, certainly the mechanics of making a horror film, there's a certain tone you're going for that's different to sci-fi or something like Upgrade. But the storytelling basics are the same. You still have actors, you still have, a room that you have to you just have to keep your story in mind. I'm so obsessed with stories. I have been since I was a kid. As soon as I could write, I was writing stories, and my mum kept a lot of them, so she has all these weird little stories about frogs. And the frog lost his flute. Okay. That was one. Really? I had to find it again. It was a quest. Okay. But it's stories have always been something that really drew me. Even before I even really understood what a story was, I was so drawn to this idea of meeting a character and going on a journey with them. And it doesn't really matter what genre it is for me. It's really about the story. If you're going to make a children's film, make it a good one. Make it one of the good children's films. If you're going to do a romantic comedy, make it When Harry Met Sally. Just do the best version of a romantic comedy you can. Right. So that was kind of my approach. Yeah.
Okay. For you too, how did you get involved? What was it that drew you into this story, this movie?
I got a call from actually a mutual friend of ours who was like, "You need to read this script. It's written by a friend of mine. He's dope, and you would like it." Actually, I think.
Yeah, Ryan. We have a mutual friend who told Logan about the script, and then it all happened very, very quickly.
Yeah.
But and I remember having a chat on the phone with Logan, and then all of a sudden it was like, I think we're doing this. Okay, it's happening.
Yeah.
And it was like, kind of marrying someone on the first date. It was like, nice to meet you. See you in Australia to do this movie that I've been working on for 3 years. Wow. But I really feel like
we used Skype. I was proud of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody used Skype, but this was just a telephone call.
Yeah.
I was in Calgary, and you were in.
I was pacing around in my kitchen.
I was pacing around in my kitchen.
I was going around the kitchen island, hands across the ocean. It was. Yeah, I feel like the movie gods were really on the side of this film. In hindsight, when I look back at the movie, I'm like, man, we really got lucky there. Right. I see all these lucky accidents, like getting Logan for sure, getting Betty, all these things that just sort of happened very quickly and seemed very haphazard at the time. Like, what? Okay, yeah, she's Cortez. Right, and then now in hindsight, when I look back, I'm like, thank God we had Betty, thank God we had Logan. Right. Thank God we had Chris Anderson as the stunt guy. Thank God I chose Stefan, Duccio to be the cinematographer, because he was the perfect guy to shoot this film. Everything was right, I just didn't know it at the time. Because you don't know yet. You're like, I wonder if Stefan's going to be the right guy for this. Right, now I can see in hindsight that he was, it was a beautiful marriage.
For you, what was it that drew you into the movie? What was it that you...
I auditioned and with Terry Taylor, who's the casting director for Blumhouse, cast a lot of their movies, and they put me in a lot of their movies, and I was auditioned, and then we talked on the phone. And
it's always interesting when the interview was like, so what drew you to this role? And it's like, I auditioned and I got the part. I have bills to pay, and I got the role. It wasn't me being like, should I or shouldn't I? I don't know.
I really have 5 roles I'm drawn towards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Pick and choose,
Betty, you got the part. They love you. They're going to see you Monday. Sorry, let me stop you there, Cynthia. I'm just not What? I know it's really Scott, but the character is not so Just tell him no.
For you, how was it working? Because something I liked about the movie is that your facial expression doesn't match what your body's doing, because you are struggling with the STEM AI. How was working with that? How you?
It was it was what drew me to the role was this opportunity to tell an emotional story from the neck up and a very different physical story from the neck down. It's very rare that you get those opportunities.
I remember you said to me on the phone on that kitchen day, you said, you said, I'm kind of scared of this film, of doing it, because it could make me look really stupid. And I think that's why I want to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's how I felt walking, as we said, like walking to work that first day where I was going to do it all and let this body do, like just let release and let this head literally get pulled around. And I was like, this could be real. I really was kind of like expecting to show it and expecting Leigh to be like, let's just take 10. Can I step? Can I see you? Can we just look? Stay there. And can we huddle over here for a second?
I'm like,
yeah.
And then get you over there. I'm like, that's not what you're gonna do, is it? Let's do the STEM stuff.
Right.
That's
how do you prepare for that?
About.
Yeah.
Right.
Do make it good.
And it was just, and I think we all just carried on. And but it was definitely that. It was. The anti-hero above and the superhero below, and Leigh and I were very rigorous in our pursuit of an emotional story, like throughout, like that that's all we're going to care about the guy, is if we see him struggling through something, but also growing. Like there's kind of three very large physical physical storytelling, and for me, I wanted to evolve him as well. So the thing I was interested in is how he's watching the body, and being in the first one, and then the second one, he knows kind of what his
I love that. In
are.
the second one, you're starting to enjoy STEM. So there's this like,
it's an enjoyment.
Yeah, it's like I'm a ninja, I'm the best.
And then by the end, he's part of it, and he's searching the fight out. And even though the STEM is still, but we grow. He's not just on the ride. We also can evolve him.
Right. Lastly, you have a lot of really different and cool kills in the movie. Did you have like a list when you were making the script, or how did you come up with like the sneeze thing?
Right. I kind of, I really want to make films that people see, which sounds a not really obvious thing to say, but I guess I'm not ashamed to be a commercial filmmaker. I love the idea of a movie showing in lots of movie theaters, and I'm old enough that I'm still attached to that antiquated notion of going to a movie theater and sitting in a chair. I don't want to watch The Godfather on this. And so I love theatrical distribution, and I love the communal experience. And so when I'm writing, I like to try to come up with these little gifts. I call them gifts. They're like things that you give the audience, like fun scenes, or you want to show them something they haven't seen before where they can have fun. So with every movie I do, I'm trying to think of that. I'm trying to think of like, what is a little gift I can give the audience here? And that's where things like, the arm gun and the nanobots and just the automated cars getting hacked into. I was so excited coming up with that stuff because I was like, this is going to be awesome. The hope is that no one's seen it before. So they're like, oh, that's, they come out of the theater talking about it. That's what I want. I want people walking to their cars from the theater saying like, that was cool when she did this or he did this, and I hope this film has that.